What's up, guys? BARRYGAMING here, back with some more Infinite Magicraid, and today we're going to be talking about two legend heroes that seem like quite a few people actually pulled with their free summons when they were re-rolling. They wanted to know, are they worth using? Are they worth keeping? Quick answer, yes. They are definitely both very strong heroes. Amazing single target damage dealers. We're talking about Xia, we're talking about Yoko, and we're going to explain why they are so good, how to gear them, and what stats to go for. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Make sure you guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We have a giveaway down in the comments. We also have that link to download BlueStacks to kind of cheat your way without needing the special stamina. Let's get going. So oddly enough, with the whole topic of talking about Megan, the hero that we summoned for last week, the brand new single target monster, we've had some discussions about what other heroes you can use to do something similar. We talked about yesterday, I believe, the potential of going for Lucifer as your first single target damage dealer, as your first mythic hero, because his active ability is just absolutely insane. But there's a couple heroes that you can use more as like a budget version. Still legend heroes though, but if you do come across them, you don't need to invest too much in their exclusives for them to be very strong. Let's take a look at the gallery. They are both in the same faction. They are both in the Sword Harbor Guards. The first one being Xia. A lot of you guys that played Idle Heroes and followed us over here to Infinite Magicraid know Xia, and she was very strong when she came out way back in the day, and they made her even stronger recently with a different version of her. So why is she so good? Well, let's take a look at her skills right here. So Unity, her first basic attack, deals 220% damage to a single target and reduces the cooldown of basically her other skills. They are the concentration incense right here, and they are the broken snow, which is her active, basically her two actives, the basic one, or the little one, and the big active ability. It does do more damage, but mainly the big part is lowering that cooldown here. So concentration increase is increasing self 40% crit rate and 60% crit damage for one turn. This effect cannot be removed. You see, anytime you see this purple unique skill above a hero, they can't be removed by by buff removal, which some heroes have, and they cannot be lost or anything like that. Now, this is where an exclusive one Xia would be better because they get piercing by 30%, kind of giving like the Megan effect that they have, not only increasing the crit rate but also the pierce rate. If you don't have exclusive one, then yeah, it's not quite the same, but it's still very, very strong. Xia also gains immunity to crowd control effects while this skill is in effect. Very solid. Shadow Master is her passive. Each time Xia takes an action, she has a 60% chance to pursue and attack the target with the lowest HP once, dealing 200% attack. Increases the chance all the way up to 100%. So basically she has a very reliable counterattack, or not really counterattack, but chase attack, I'll call it, because once she hits the target, she can hit him again, which is very good. And then if you do go up to exclusive 2, deals 50% of the damage dealt by this skill to all enemies other than the target. So this kind of feels like a those of you who played Idle Heroes, like a Sword Flash Xia type skill. But Broken Snow is where it's really at. Deals 600% attack damage to a single enemy. Now, if you've already got that 40% crit rate and crit damage, this can do some damage right here. So exclusive 3 is resets its cooldown and increases self turn meter by 50% when it inflicts a kill. Xia acts one more turn if she is under concentration increased status at this time. So this is when it becomes not budget, because getting one copy is still difficult, but it's something you can do, especially if you have her as a special summon in a summon event, like the last Miracle Wish event we had was a good one to try to go for her instead of Megan or anything. Very, very solid single target damage dealer. Most of the time you are going to want to build her still with some crit rate, because yes, she does have this 40%. I'd be comfortable, usually with heroes like this, I'm comfortable getting to them around 40 to 50% crit rate and then working on a combination of attack and crit. You really don't need to worry about anything like effect hit, mastery. Any of those stats are not necessary. Leech can be very good for her if you don't have a support to build around here, but overall she's just an absolutely amazing single target damage dealer. But Let's jump on over to the other one in the same exact faction, and that is Yoko. Yoko was one of the first heroes I summoned on one of my beta accounts, and at first I was a little like, I'm not sure I like her, but she's actually really, really strong. She's one hero where it has a switch skill ability based on what stance she's in. She has a shielding ability, she has a single target damage, and she basically has like a defensive stance and an offensive stance. So again, those of you who came from Idle Heroes potentially, our swordsman Mockman seems very, very similar. So let's start with her base setup. Deadly Dart deals 280% attack damage to a single target and gets 1 layer of focus. This will enhance some of her skills. Very, very basic. Her contemplation is very interesting. For her active skill, it switches her weapon between clearness and broken wave. So that's how you switch between these two stances. You get an additional action, so when you change stance, you don't lose your turn. You get to do something else, but you can only do it every 6 turns, or of course 3 turns once you get it up to level 4. Flexible stance: when Yoko's weapon is in clearness, she takes 20% less damage and gains 12% leech. That's where she's like in this tanky mode. Meanwhile, each layer of focus increases 2% extra leech. Very, very solid. This is like her tanking stance. If you need her to survive, she has leech just fully built in. And then also with her active skill here, it deals 520% attack damage to a single enemy, so a big chunk of attack damage, and grants self a shield for 20% of max HP for 2 turns. That's where she kind of has some good survivability compared to Xia. She's got it built into her core set, and the skill has 30% additional leech. Very solid. If you do get it up to exclusive 1, this skill additionally reduces the target's turn meter by 50%. Now, when you do contemplation and you swap over to the offensive stance, it changes most of the skills. You'll notice Deadly Dart is identical pretty much. So you get layers of focus, that's fine. This one, the same. It just switches between your stances, but this is where things change. Flexible stance is the passive when you're in this stance. When Yoko's weapon is in the broken wave form, she deals 20% more damage and increases her crit damage by 12%. Meanwhile, each layer of focus increases an additional 2% crit damage, meaning you can go an additional 20% crit damage. And then of course, broken wave just has more built in. 2, 4, 6, 8 brings you up to 20 for a total of 40% crit damage and 20% overall damage. Then her ultimate cleave, her active skill, deals 520% attack damage to a single enemy. This skill has 40% additional crit rate and 60% more crit damage. So very much like Xia, like Megan, like Lucifer, they all have this similar style skill, which is very strong. And then we do have exclusive 1, the ultimate cleave part kills the target, releases the skill at a random enemy again. So both Xia, Lucifer, and Yoko all have this ability where you can deal damage multiple times to 2 different targets, and the 70% damage is done on the second one. So very strong heroes. They're very strong. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I was gonna go back up to our girl. Oh my god, there's so many. Xia. So Xia and Yoko, 2 very good options. If you do pull a single copy, they are worth building if you need a single target damage dealer. And yeah, if you build someone like that, you might not need to go for someone like Lucifer as your first mythic hero. You might want to go with someone like Luna, but it really depends on what you're pushing between, like Towers of Mark, your Faction Abyss, all those different things. It really matters. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys built these heroes, how would you gear them up? I would do them about the same. I know I kind of breezed over Yoko real quick, but really they require the same stuff. Crit chance, crit damage, attack buffs. Again, no effect hit, none of those things. Speed is always a bonus. And yeah, I didn't ever realize how tall her shoes were. Holy cow. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you enjoyed it, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, help grow the channel, hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys next time.